Now, once again, for flamenco dance, not Spanish dance. Spanish dance would be here, more like ballet, in front of you. For flamenco dance, your elbows are actually quite as far behind your leg as possible. So remember what I said in the first class. If you're in this neutral position and you pull your arms up, the tendency is that your arms are going to be kind of in front of your face. But if you do this, then your elbows are already behind your ear level. That's right. Okay, so let's leave that alone for a second. Okay, so what this will do is, as you do your arms through the range of motions, and you start adding the floreo, it'll keep the frame, this is what I call the frame, from collapsing on you, because you'll isolate the hands. In the movement of the hand is actually in the forearm. So in Spain, they say, mueve la mano de la muñeca. That means move the hand from your wrist. And actually that's a misnomer, because the hand doesn't move from the wrist, it moves from the muscles of the forearm. Right? So if you notice, when I start activating the muscle of the forearm, my hand wants to already start to come up. Right. So this group of muscles here is actually contracting my hand back. This group of muscles is actually contracting my hand down. And up. And down. So be aware of that. Let's do that with both hands. Pulling the hand up from the muscle, the upper muscles of the forearm. Pulling the hand down, again, contracting the hand down from the muscles of the forearm. Now, if you'll notice, your fingers are actually quite passive here. There's not a lot going on with the fingers, and that's really what you want. Not that we don't use the fingers, we do. But in this case, I want you to isolate the movement of the hand and the forearm. Now, let's start making circles, but be aware that the circle is actually kind of an optical illusion, because you're mostly contracting down and contracting back, contracting down, and contracting back. And this contraction, not this one, this was relatively easy. This contraction is the one that sometimes gets half done, because we don't normally go around with our hands in this position. We do this a lot because we grab and we do things, but this position is the one you have to be careful that it actually is contracted as far back as possible. Now, if you want to add the fingers, there's 3 different ways to add the fingers. One is to go from the pinky make it a fist. Now contract down, and then just open your fingers up, 1 finger at a time, and flex back. Once again, pinky, flex down, open your forefinger, and flex back. Pinky, flex down, open your forefinger and back. And one more time, pinky. Now stop. Now we're going to reverse this. We're going to go pinky into our forefinger, flex down, pinky opens the hand, flex up. Pinky into the forefinger, into the fist, flex down, pinky open, flex back. Now through this range of motions, again, be aware that the muscle groups in the forearm are actually rotating the hand. The fingers are another story. Okay, the other way is to start from the index finger into fist, and then again open up gradually. That's a little more odd, index finger, but it's an exercise. And flex back. Pinky. Now stop and reverse. Forefinger, fist, flex down, pinky opens up, flex back. Forefinger into the fist, pinky open, flex back. One more, index finger, and pinky, and flex back. And relax. The third and way of doing it, which is actually the most natural way, is from the middle digit, flex down, and then middle digit, flex back. middle digit, flex down, middle digit, flex back, middle digit, flex down, middle digit, flex back. Okay, so when you're moving your arm through the air, here's my frame without the floteo. Here's my frame with the floteo, so that the frame isn't broken. So let's try that. So we're going to, and actually, there's no rule in flamenco that says your hands have to go in or out. It's quite open to interpretation. There kind of becomes by a default way of doing your hands when you're moving, for example, in this position and so forth. The kind of default way is the hands go out and the hands go in, but it's not set in stone, so just wanted to point that out, okay? All right, so let's do our floteos and our braceos. So we're going to rotate behind, keeping your elbows out, pulling down from the latimus dorsal, from your trapezius. Rotate behind, keeping your neck area, shoulder area nice and open. Out. Keep rotating in that direction, meaning away from the torso. This is called por fuera, to the outside. Por fuera. Por fuera. Flex, por fuera. Flex, por fuera. Excuse me. And you don't want the floteo to upset the elbow. In other words, I'll exaggerate. That's not the look you want, okay? Okay, por dentro, to the inside. Por dentro, up the center, to the inside, towards your torso. So if I have my hands here facing towards my torso, they're going to flex towards my torso, down and open. Towards my torso, down and open. Towards my head, down and open. Towards my torso and open. Towards my torso, open. Towards my torso. Okay? Por fuera. Away from the torso, away from the torso. Elbow leads the way, away from the torso. And the arms are quite close to the torso as you're coming up the center of the body. Out. Out. And out. One more time, outside. Towards the torso, por dentro. Elbow leads the way, Teresa. Towards the torso. Towards the torso. Towards the torso. Keep moving the hands into the torso. And so. Okay, we're going to do another exercise. I call this pulling the big rubber bands. Imagine that you have two big rubber bands here and you're pulling. You have to work really hard to pull them. You rotate the hands in and then you're going to imagine that you're pushing open two big, thick, heavy doors. And you feel the stretch across the pectorals. Now, the bottom edge of the hand is going to lead in both directions. The bottom edge leads this way, elbow up, rotate towards the torso. The bottom edge leads away from the torso. Rotate behind you. Now, as you come through, the hands are not just moving from here, you're pulling from the pectoral muscle. So that you're really pulling and fighting and pressure. And now push or contract away from the torso. Pull from the pectoral muscles. And be careful that your elbows stay up. Push away from the torso. Now the tendency here is for the elbow to want to drop. So you want to keep the elbow up. There you go. Keep your shoulders down. Jennifer? I forget your name?
Jenny.
Jenny, yeah, careful that your shoulders aren't doing this. Very good. There you go. Yeah, there's still, you can stand it a little bit more, pull down, open, so that this is more stretched. same thing above the head. Now, again, when we do this above the head, this is going to be the tendency of the shoulders. So you want to fight that by pulling down into the upper trapezius. There you go. Rotate towards the bottom, now push the heavy doors away from the torso, keeping the neck area nice and open. Again, rotate, pulling the thick rubber bands up the side. Don't worry about the elbows, they'll take care of themselves. And pushing the heavy doors down the side. Rotate. And feeding the bottom edge of the hand. Rotate. Pushing the thick heavy doors down the side. One more time. Pulling the thick rubber bands. And down the center. Okay, so now we're going to add this to our floreo, our armward rotate out, stop, rotate in, stop, rotate out, stop, rotate in, stop, rotate out, stop, rotate in, stop, rotate out, stop, rotate in. And both hands want to do the rotation. The tendencies at first will be to pay attention to the outside hand rotating, and this kind of gets stuck here. So both hands are doing the identical same thing, meaning both hands are rotating out, and both hands are rotating in. And both hands are rotating out. Stop. Both hands are rotating in. Watch if your elbow doesn't drop too much to the right. And in. Elbow leads the way. Rotate out. There you go. Rotate in. Inside arm, rotate in. And just keep rotating in that direction because it'll rotate out by itself. Again, it's not the way, it's a way. Some teachers teach rotate in, and then when they get to this position, they rotate out. That's a choice. Rotate in. And I keep rotating out as I go through here. So if I only take one hand, I'm rotating in. And then it keeps going in that direction. So if I had the hand here, it would just be doing this. Now through the range of motion, it's going in and out. In and out. Let's do it the other way. In. Now, we this time go out that way. In and out. Sin que se te caiga el codo. Yeah, that's where the isolation comes in handy, because that way, if you focus on the forearm, the elbow won't do this. There you go. So now let's try with both hands. Left hand rotates in. They both rotate out. Now, if your body wants to do it the other way, let it. It's okay. And relax and roll up. Okay, so we're going to add that to our macaque, and this is where your job comes in, senor. Okay? So we'll start very slowly. Hands out, rotate out. Inside arm to the side, rotate in. We'll start with macaque number 1.